Antoinette Carroll. I'm 82 years old.
Okay, my name is Pat Fox, and I'm 64 years old.
Kathleen Evans.
Okay.
Viviana Summer, age 12.
Oh yes, I think when a woman goes in to an automobile shop to get a car fixed, right away, I feel that they're taking advantage of me because I am a woman, and they might overcharge me.
Well, I can recall when I first started working at the post office. That was in 1980. I was only the third female letter carrier in that office. And I can remember when I went for my interview, the guy that interviewed me said to me, you know, just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're going to get any special treatment around here. And I said, no, I don't expect any special treatment. And there was a little bit of harassment from the bosses, you know, like sexual things, stuff like that. Not anything that was reported or anything like that, but it was a little hard being only one of 3 women doing that job.
Definitely. I've also been in the position where I've been trying to say something to someone. For instance, when I go to get my car repaired and I'm with my partner, the minute I explain what I need for my car, they start to talk to him and not me any longer, which is funny because I probably even know more about cars than he does, but it doesn't matter. And it gets to the point where I just give up and Larry just nods and smiles at the person.
No,
Can you explain?
it's much better than it was years ago, but we've come a long way, but I still feel it's harder for a woman to be successful today. She has to be a very strong woman, but it's getting better and better, and it's about time.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think women have fought long and hard to get that equality.
Unfortunately, no. Luckily, I am around the majority of the people in my life I think do, or at least I'm too naive to know the difference. But I do feel women have a voice, at least in my community, in school, in the arts. But there are still many more roles for men than there are for women. There are many more directors and producers that are male.
At some extent, yes.
To some extent.
Yes. Yes. From my observations, I found that the male in the family has more freedom to go out whenever they want to, come back whenever they want to, like hang out with their friends anytime. I don't understand or comprehend. It could just be because for cultural reasons that's just how it was. but like, I mean, I just like, that's what I've observed. That's messed up.
Well, I don't know much about that, but I know that definitely, as I said before, years ago, it was always that a man got paid more for doing the same, a woman got paid less for doing the same job a man did. It was just that way, but now it's much better.
There was a time when women didn't make as much money as men, even though they were doing the same jobs. And I think they fought hard to get that equal pay and to be treated equally in the workplace. And I think that they've attained that. I think they do get treated equally.
Well, I think it's very frustrating And it almost at times feels like a boys' club where all you have to do is have the right anatomy and you can make more money for the same position, which is really frustrating and it doesn't make sense to me. But of course, I am a woman, so it's much easier to understand that because I'm in it. Whereas it's been such a male-driven society, white male-driven society for so long that I do think we're certainly making headway, but a lot of those older, not to be, putting older white men down at all, I love many, but they're used to it a certain way, and in their mind, women can't do the same job. They don't believe it, which I don't think there's I don't know how they rationalize that, but I just hope that as younger generations start stepping up and becoming, CEOs of companies, that they start doing it the right way, which would of course be equality.
Well, we're missing out that some women are very good in engineering and aerodynamics and all that stuff. And they do go to college for it, but it's always been a man's world. So the few that do get into it, it's harder for them. It's got to be harder for them. Once they got there and are recognized, it's okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can I have a water break?
All right, quickly.
I think women are more sensitive than most men, more compassionate than most men. Although I think women bosses are a little tougher than male bosses, I do think we have more compassion as far as dealing with other employees, stuff like that.
Are you eating chocolate? Seriously?
Yes.
So much. I mean, personally, this country needs to be run by a woman as far as I'm concerned. And I think Trump is really helping to make that very clear. But there are great differences about our genders. And instead of us women being perceived as weaker because we're more honest and open with the way we feel, I think it's actually a benefit.
Well, I mean, I feel like women are missing out on the opportunity to provide for their family. There are a lot of single mothers out there, and it's very difficult to provide for a family when you're a single mother who has children to take care of and feed, and you're not, like, businesses are not giving you the opportunity to work. Also, like, they're missing out on good ideas and smart, intelligent women. They're missing out on people who can help their company go further, and not lazy workers who are half the time male.
I keep going back to when I was growing up and when I was a young woman. It was more prevalent then that men were always pictured or thought to be superior. And I know for a fact that's a lie, because there are so many intelligent women today heading companies and they're astronauts. A woman can do anything. A woman's brain, actually, I think they're more intelligent than men.
Say that again? How we've gotten it right.
Yeah.
I think just the equal pay thing.
Well, I mean, I think that it's becoming more popular to have fathers stay home and women work. And for certain families that works really well. And I think that now that it's becoming more of a norm, that's a huge step where, yeah, if women and men are changing or breaking some of those rules, maybe companies will then pay women what they would be paying the man, because the family still needs that money.
They allowed women to vote too.
Okay.
That's one simple one. Women of color were able to work in fields for like NASA, for example. There's this amazing movie about these 3 women who helped the first rocket. There were 4 women.
Wait,
There were 3.
Oh.
I'm right. There were 3 women who helped in the process of the first space rocket ship thing launched, helped the process of it launching into space.
Well, education, it has to be from when, as far as families, I think parents should teach their male children how to respect a woman and not put her down. And it all goes back to the differences in cultures and how they're raised, how your children are raised. And certain cultures, the woman is nothing. And it's a shame because only in some countries now women can go to school, which before they couldn't. We as Americans, thank God, have passed that. I mean, we don't have that problem.
Just treating everybody fairly. Don't look at it as a gender thing. Look at it as who's best qualified, whether it be male or whether it be female. If you're able to do something, your gender should not be an issue. It should be your capability as to whether you can do it or not.
I guess speak out, call it out when you see it. And that goes for women and men,
I feel like people need to, it's just like the people who need to change their mind. People who support gender equality. Okay, I'm gonna use fem. Is it okay if I use? Okay, I'm not gonna use that. I know Allie would be triggered.
If we start becoming verbal about it and open about it and honest about it, but I think it would really help if women and men together took a stand for equality.
Has anyone ever told you, like, because you're a girl, you can't do this? Or like a boy in your class ever degraded you because you're a girl, or a teacher because you're a girl?
Not that I can recall of. I bet there's been moments where I've like said like that, like people have said that about me. But I cannot recall anything. I choose not to really care. I don't really give 2 poopies. So, you can say whatever you want about me, but I'm amazing in my own way, and I don't feel like you should bring me down just because I'm a female. Although, some people are given a bad image of like certain people who support gender equality. They're given a bad image, so that's why people are like, oh yeah, these people are crazy, like I would never want to support that. Some dudes are smarter than me. That doesn't mean I'm stupid. That just means I'm not as in smart, or I'm just not good in some aspects, but that's normal, that's human. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vivi. That's the end. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm not quite sure what else to tell you.
Okay.
Cut that part out.
All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so that's the end of the questions. It's a very quick interview. Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome, granddaughter.